Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning into my channel today. I hope this video gives you some information that can help you with your business. For those of you that are just tuning in for the first time, my name is Ashley and I sell on eBay and Amazon part-time while being a mom to my two very busy little boys. And I think it's the perfect job. I get to do things that I love, that are exciting. I don't have to work for anybody. I don't have to answer to anybody but myself. So it is a perfect part-time gig for me, or a full-time gig for you. If this is something you're wanting to do full-time, you can expand what I do to fit your needs. My channel is all about sharing what I do in the hopes that those of you who want to make some extra money from home can do so. So let's just jump into it. Today's video is about brands that just sell really fast for me, that are hard to keep in my store because they just sell really quick. The demand seems to be high, and there's even a few brands in here that I personally haven't found, but that I know sell really, really quickly. So I'm gonna shout those out today. So yeah, again, these are all items that have either sold same day or in a few days for me. And these are all things that I have found at the thrift store or garage sales. At least most of them. Again, there's a couple bucket list items on here that I would love to find, but I just haven't yet. Okay, first up is Double D Ranch. I have never been able to hold on to Double D Ranch for very long. It sells really quickly for me. The one exception is when I got a shirt on consignment and that I needed to sell at a certain price. So I did hold on to that for a little bit longer to command a certain price, but the rest sold really quickly. Even the older tag sold really quickly for me. And when I say really quickly, I mean like in a day or two. So don't be surprised if you find a Double D Ranch jacket that sells really, really quickly. And again, just as a side note, I mean, these things sell quickly for me, but your mileage may vary. And also, if you're pricing really high, then definitely expect things to hold on a little bit longer for you and not sell as quickly. Again, this is assuming that you are pricing these at a reasonable price and are willing to let them go and are getting them for a very reasonable price in the first place. Okay, second are Spanx. Any Spanx jeans or Spanx body shaping, Spanx bras, those have all sold really quickly for me at, of course, reasonable prices, but yeah, I think they're in high demand. I mean, Spanx is a brand that's really comfortable and pulls you in at all the right places, so I'm not surprised that there's a high demand for it and that it goes really quickly. It does have a high retail cost, so it seems like people are going to eBay to find it for a little bit of a better deal. Okay, another item that I just have not been able to hold on to for too long is Lululemon Dresses, specifically their tennis style dresses. I picked those up from a local source who was just selling them to me for $10 or $15 each. So I did pay up a little bit, but they each sold for $100 or close to it. So I was really happy to see them go, and they sold really quickly. So they were rare. And this goes for really any kind of Lululemon rare piece that is more unique and more one of a kind, a unique color, a unique print. These all do very well. And of course, you know, these are gonna be a little bit trickier to find, but it is really fun to come across a Lululemon unicorn every now and then. Another item that hasn't sat in my store for very long and always sells quickly is Nike Vapormax, especially the Flyknit Vapormax shoes. Those sell really quickly. Every time I've had them, they sold in just a day for around $70 to $90. So even pre-owned. So those sell great if you ever find those. They have the clear sole. They're usually pretty easy to spot. I am not a Nike expert, so that is something that I'm definitely working on. Like, there are some amazing sneakerheads out there who know every Nike by sight, what it's called, what year it came out. That's not me. On the two occasions that I've gotten Nike Vapormax shoes, Flyknits, they have sold really quickly. Printer ink sells so fast. So if you can find this at estate sales, yard sales, people think that just because it's expired, it's not worth anything. That is not true. The caveat is it has to be branded, like Brother, Canon, Nikon, whatever. And if it is branded, it will sell a lot faster and for a lot more. So do not pass up toner and ink. It usually sells extremely quickly for me. Video game consoles sell really fast for me on eBay, especially when they're in a bundle with the controllers, all the cords, everything else. Even when they're not sometimes, actually. If they're just the console itself and you're selling it, even for parts, it sells really quickly. So video game consoles, like I had a PlayStation 3 that sold in just a day for $110, I believe. And yeah, it sold really, really fast. In fact, I don't even think it had all the cords with it. I think it just had the power cord and some controllers. We use one of our own HDMI cables here at home, but we didn't include that in the bundle. I think that's what happened. And it still sold really fast for $110. So highly recommend any consoles you come across. Again, Consoles can be tricky because people selling them generally want more money for them. They're usually not just giving them away, unless it's like a thrift store that's unfamiliar with that console, or if it's someone just wanting to get rid of it. Usually though, people want a little bit of higher price for video game consoles. So definitely be careful and spend, you know, enough that you're making a decent profit. But again, these sell really quickly, and if it makes sense after fees, I don't think it would be a mistake to pick it up for even just a 30 to 40% margin, because again, like, it'll sell really quickly. Okay, Patagonia and North Face puffer jackets. The quilted puffer jackets are in high demand, especially the full zip ones, the down ones, the parkas. Those sell so fast for me, and they sell for a lot of money. So if you ever come across those, definitely pick them up. One recent example, well, I don't know how recent this is, but I found a North Face quilted puffer jacket, packable, really lightweight, at Savers for, believe it was $10, and it sold for over $100. Again though, some Patagonia styles and some North Face styles just don't sell very well, but I'm talking specifically about the puffer jackets. Those sell so quickly. So if you ever see, even in the distance, a puffer quilted jacket, run to it, see what brand it is. It's just better to get it quickly and be safe and see what brand it is, and if it's Patagonia, North Face, even some other brands, Columbia still does okay. You should be able to sell it really quickly. I've never been able to keep these in my eBay store very long. Whenever I found Doc Martens tall boots, like the 12i or the knee, especially the knee high, those are like super high demand. But even like the mid calf boots, those sell really fast. I think they've always sold for me in 1 to 2 days, and the most recent pair that I had that sold for over $100 in just a day. So really fast, but they have to be Doc Martens brand. That is important. But yeah, the taller the Doc Marten boot, the better it will sell and the more money it will sell for. And bonus is these are usually really easy to spot. So if you're heading to the shoe section of a thrift store, you can usually spot them pretty quickly. Okay, going back to Lululemon, if you ever see a Lululemon logo on an item and it has a special symbol around it, and I'll show a picture here, that means it's a Seawheeze print, and it will sell even faster and for a lot more money. So Seawheeze prints are definitely worth picking up. They're a lot more rare, so it might be harder to find, but they have always sold for really good money for me, and they're really easy to spot. So again, it has to have the logo on it with something special around it. That's how you know it's a really special print. Harley Davidson jackets sell really well for me, especially men's. The women's jackets tend to kind of sit a little bit longer, but the men's leather jackets or the men's armored jackets, like padded at the elbows and the shoulders, those sell so fast, and I absolutely love selling them. I would say I've never had one sit in my store for longer than a week. Usually someone picks it up, and again, this is assuming that I price reasonably. But yeah, they sell so great. I am always having just a happy day when I find them, and they usually sell for close to $200 or even more. So definitely worth picking up, even if you're paying up. I remember at a yard sale, I paid up I think $50 per jacket, and even at the time I was like, oh, that's a lot. But they both sold for $200 each, so definitely worth it for the $50 pickup. So it's worth paying up sometimes for Harley. However, the shirts, unless they're like a really rare print, or the pants, the jeans, those don't sell as quickly, so that's just something to keep in mind. Betabrand is another brand of clothing that has sold really fast for me. They're these comfort women's like work pants that seriously fit like yoga pants. They're super comfortable, but they look professional, and they're really, really comfortable, flattering on all sizes, and they sell super quickly. So the last time I had Betabrand, it sold in a day for, I believe, $35. So definitely well worth the pickup, and a hot brand right now. Okay, now we're venturing into two brands that I have never personally found. It's on my bucket list, but I know for a fact they sell so fast and for a lot of money, and those are Tieks and Rothys. Tieks are flats that are foldable. They have a very distinct teal heel, and you can fold them. They last a long time. They retail for a ton of money, and if you ever find them, they're usually easy to spot, and they generally sell for $100 to $150. So, and like a day. So that's something that's definitely on my bucket list. Like, I really want to find some Tieks. And Rothys. Rothys are made, I believe, from plastic water bottles. They're washable, they're comfortable, they retail for a ton of money, and there's some unique prints out there. Rothys can be kind of easy to spot because they have like a V pointed shape where the top of your foot is, if that makes sense. The opening is a V shape. I'll show you a picture. I'm bad at explaining it right now. but they're woven and they have unique prints, and they generally sell for well over $100 as well, and very quickly. So again, 2 shoes that are just on my bucket list that I really want to find. Hopefully one day soon, knock on wood. Ugg Adirondack boots are the boots that have like a rubber sole and have fur at the top, fur lining. And they are really in right now. Like Sorel, this style Sorel or this style Ugg sell really fast and for over $100. So if you ever find Adirondack boots, and again, I'll show pictures here, they sell great. This sold very quickly for me, just a couple days. Yeah, just keep this style in mind if you find Uggs or Sorels or another high-end boot brand that has the fur lining, is mid-calf, lace up with the rubber waterproof sole. Those do great. And last but not least, Driftwood jeans. These have always sold really fast for me. The most recent pair that I sold for $51, and they were listed one day. And then over the summer, I also sold a pair that just sat in my store one day and sold for, I believe, $40. So again, Driftwood jeans, I believe they're sold at the SundanceCatalog.com or whatever. There are Sundance stores here in Utah, so I think that might be why I've picked it up a few times. But yeah, Driftwood sells great, and definitely highly recommend picking it up because it seems to be a brand of jean I haven't seen everywhere that a lot of people are talking about. So it is a hot seller for me. Okay, that about does it, you guys. I hope you took note of some of these brands. I hope you find them at the thrift store next time you go, or yard sale, or wherever you end up going. They sell quickly, they sell for great money, a great profit, and I always do a little happy dance when I find these specific items. So, and cross my fingers that one day I find Tieks Rothys. It's on the list. One day, you guys, one day, if I hit enough thrift stores, I should find them, right? So anyway, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all of you. I just absolutely love the community that we've created here of kindness and trust and growing our businesses and just working together. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate you all. Leave a comment down below telling me what has sold really fast for you. I love hearing about new brands that sell quickly. And don't forget to thumbs up this video if you like content like this and you want more of it. I'll do my best to make as many helpful videos as I can for you guys, time permitting. Subscribe to my channel for more reselling content from my perspective. Again, you guys, thank you so much, and I will catch you next time.